morning, you're watching Galaxy, the entertainment channel. We're very proud now to present for the first time anywhere on British TV a Doctor Who weekend.
Over the weekend of the 22nd and 23rd of September 1990, television viewers in the UK, or more specifically the relatively new audience of satellite television viewers, witnessed something not seen before in the UK. An entire weekend of Doctor Who programming. This was an exciting prospect, especially for me. I was 13 and had only really experienced Doctors pre-Davison through either the Target book range or via the very limited VHS releases. So I cleared my calendar for that weekend, not that there would have been much in it, reserved the family television, much to the annoyance of my sister, and armed myself with a bumper pack of TDK E240s to capture every last minute. This was the weekend I'd been waiting for my entire life. In the 1980s, the emerging UK satellite TV scene was dominated by Sky, then known as the Sky Television Network. In early 1990, a rival emerged, British Satellite Broadcasting, or BSB as it was known. They marketed hard and relentlessly. In addition to their aggressive marketing campaign in the UK, they also focused on two unique selling points. Their satellite dish was much smaller than the Sky offering, and was square, prompting the name the Square Reel. Further, BSB reached an agreement with the BBC to show some of their programmes. At the time, this was groundbreaking, as the BBC were previously very protective over their content, due to the potential of revenue via VHS releases in the expanding market. This opened the way for broadcast of archive programmes such as Rent-A-Ghost, The Goodies, Steptoe and Son, and of course Doctor Who. Like many kids my age, I begged my parents to get a satellite dish, as I was missing out on The Simpsons, WWF and MTV. This argument didn't sway my parents. Thankfully, my dad was a Doctor Who fan, so when the plans were announced to show classic UK TV shows including Doctor Who, he convinced my mum that we should be a square reel house. BSB initially ran 5 channels over its satellite: the Movie Channel, the Power Station, music videos and features, the Sports Channel, Now Channel, lifestyle and current affairs, and its flagship channel, the Galaxy Channel. It was on the Galaxy Channel that the Doctor Who weekend was transmitted, intertwined with some of its existing programmes and presenters.
Channel. We're very proud now to present for the first time anywhere on British TV a Doctor Who weekend.
The timing of this weekend was notable. It was only a matter of weeks before that the BBC formally announced closure of the Doctor Who production office, confirming the suspicions that the series had in fact been cancelled, despite the BBC never openly admitting to this before. Doctor Who producer John Nathan Turner was approached to act as advisor and appear on screen. This then represented his last involvement in the television production of the series until 1993, when he co-wrote Dimensions in Time for Children in Need. But the less said about that, the better. The event kicked off at 9:15 a.m. on Saturday the 22nd of September 1990 on the Galaxy Channel.
Oh no, not Doctor Who. Not even a Time Lord. Not even a hideous alien monster. I'm John Nathan Turner. I'm the former producer of Doctor Who.
With episodes intersected between segments of varying quality. More of that in a moment. Usual presenters of the Channel 31 West Topical Daily Show, Debbie Flint and Sharma Pereira, were joined by the barely ex-Doctor Who producer John Nathan Turner. For this weekend, it was rebranded as 31 Who. The episodes chosen for broadcast were very carefully selected by the BBC in consultation with John Nathan Turner. In the main, older episodes and standalone episodes from stories with missing episodes were broadcast, to limit the impact on the potential revenue from future VHS releases. The newest story to feature was The Three Doctors, with the rest from the William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton era, and featuring the Peter Cushing Dalek movies for good measure. For younger Doctor Who fans like myself at the time, this was heaven. I was able to see episodes from an era that I'd only read about in the Target novelisations. The full breakdown of episodes looked like this. On Saturday, we saw An Unearthly Child, The Daleks, The Edge of Destruction, albeit shown in the wrong order, The surviving episodes from The Abominable Snowman and The Web of Fear in what JNT titled The Yeti Rarities, the Space Museum, the Keys of Marinus, the Aztecs, and the Peter Cushing Dalek film. As this day ended around 2:30 in the morning, my poor dad was tasked with operating the chunky Toshiba video recorder, while I got my much needed sleep ready for the next day. Sunday the 23rd of September saw The Complete War Games, The Dominators, The Mind Robber, which gave my VHS recorder a well-deserved break, and I purchased this BBC release a few months earlier on VHS. The Three Doctors, the second Peter Cushing Dalek movie, and The Edge of Destruction, this time in the right order. The broadcast of these stories, back to back, was a dream. As I write this today with the advantage of on-demand digital viewing, I think how unique this really was, and maybe something that can't really be appreciated in the now instantaneous consumption climate. This was birthday and Christmas at the same time. The programmes were interwoven with segments that ranged in quality.
Rated H Pictures horror films. And there was The Mummy and The Frankenstein Monster.
Welcome to Concord, California and Unicon 90, our annual Doctor Who convention.
Exterminate! Exterminate! We will exterminate!
Exterminate! Exterminate! Exterminate! Exterminate! This must be the place.
The convention has attracted all sorts of people. I got the idea from the convention. I had a dream. I just woke up in the middle of the night and wrote it down.
It is the face cast of the actor and the outer mould, which we call like the negative, and then we have this, what we call the positive.
Pat,
So
what on earth am I doing in this? And where did it come from?
The quiz section, where JNT didn't do especially well, was fun, but it was clearly just a filler.
That's wrong, sorry.
Willoughby Chase.
Gabriel Chase.
I can't remember.
Shangri-La. As the leader of the pack, you should have known that.
We do see some big names of Doctor Who fandom of the day competing, including Andrew Beach, president of the Doctor Who Appreciation Society and guest star in the Doctor Who charity story Dimensions in Time. But that's a story that deserves its own episode, I think. The real quality came from the many new interviews conducted especially for the weekend, which, in all credit, was likely only achieved through the involvement of John Nathan Turner and his close relationship with many of the interviewees. Watching this today, knowing that many of these have since passed away, makes this even more touching, given that this was possibly their last Doctor Who-related television interview. Some of the stars and production team that appeared included Sylvester McCoy, Carol Ann Ford, Elizabeth Sladen, Peter Purvis, Wendy Padbury, Terence Dix, Bob Baker and Dave Martin, Nicholas Courtney, William Russell, John Pertwee, Fraser Hines, Deborah Watling, and Raymond Cusack, looking terribly miserable. For Doctor Who fans, this weekend was more than a success. It was monumental. It gave an opportunity to fill some VHS tapes with stories that, in the main, had not been repeated or released by the BBC. It gave us the stories that we'd only read about in the Target novelisations or read about in Doctor Who magazine, and we could see them and hear them, to watch them over and over, and I did. The success this weekend wasn't shared by British satellite broadcasting, however. Just months after this weekend and facing bankruptcy, it held talks with Sky Satellite Television to form a merger.
The two companies have confirmed that they've been holding talks, and an announcement is expected later tonight that they will now form British Sky Broadcasting.
This was also beneficial to Sky, as they were facing significant financial uncertainty.
This is Sky One, a part of the British Sky Broadcasting Network.
The merger was completed on the 2nd of November 1990, resulting in the creation of British Sky Broadcasting. The BBC ended their deal with BSB on completion of this merger, resulting in Doctor Who no longer being shown on the now flagship channel Sky One. However, there was hope. The newly formed channel UK Gold Classics, a subsidiary of the BBC, naturally picked up the broadcast of both BBC and ITV programmes, including occasional Doctor Who episodes. Broadcasts were far more limited than we'd seen previously, and certainly no more Doctor Who weekends were planned. As commercial releases started to generate a lot more income for the BBC directly, Doctor Who repeats became rare. Rarer than a Yeti, as John Nathan Turner may have quipped. The BSB Doctor Who weekend is a wonderful time capsule that was fondly remembered by fans at the time, and probably served, unbeknown at the time, as a great farewell to the series. As BSB merged with Sky, I got to see the Doctor Who weekend, but also some months later, MTV, WWF and The Simpsons. Thanks for watching, and I really do appreciate you staying this long. If you did enjoy this, go and check out my channel for lots more Doctor Who related nonsense. And if you really liked it, give me a like and a subscribe. It really does motivate me to do more.